When we are stressed or anxious,
When we are stressed or anxious,
we ask our family.
we ask our family, friends, doctors, and even Google
Friends, doctors, and even Google what to do to relieve
what to do to relieve stress.
stress. Many popular suggestions
Many popular suggestions are watch a movie,
are watch a movie, go shopping,
go shopping, exercise, drink, or change jobs.
exercise, drink, or change jobs. But let's think about
But let's think about these suggestions.
these suggestions. In Korea, there is a
In Korea, there is a saying
saying that one eats
that one eats or consumes minds.
or consumes minds. What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Let's take a look at
Let's take a look at Jane.
Jane. When she's
When she's born into the world,
born into the world, she's like this
she's like this empty jar.
empty jar. One day, Jane scribbles all over the wall with her crayons.
One day, Jane scribbles all over the wall with her crayons,
And her mom yells at her.
and the mom yells at her.
Jane consumes a
Jane consumes a mind of anger.
mind of anger. Then she is playing outside
Then she's playing outside when a huge pit bull
a huge pit bull
suddenly runs into her and bites her.
suddenly runs into her and bites her. She swallows a mind of fear.
She swallows a mind of fear.
At school, her math teacher calls on her.
At school, her math teacher calls on her,
But she can't answer the question.
but she can't answer the question.
Her classmates
Classmates snicker and Jane swallows.
snicker, and Jane swallows insecurity
Insecurity and humiliation.
and humiliation. As she goes about her life,
As she goes about her life for every situation.
for every situation, she consumes different minds.
She consumes different minds.
As each day passes, ball after ball of varying color
As each day passes, ball after ball of varying colors
and sizes
and sizes fills the jar.
fills the jar. After time, it
After time, it is harder to contain these balls.
is harder to contain these balls. Let's take a look at
Let's take a look at how these minds affect Jane.
how these minds affect Jane. Jane begins working with a condescending
Jane begins working with a condescending coworker.
coworker. At first,
At first, His behavior doesn't bother her too much
His behavior doesn't bother her too much because it's
because it's one red ball.
red ball. But after the 100th time of rude treatment,
But after the 100th time of rude treatment,
she explodes.
she explodes.
Why?
Why?
When you look at the isolated event,
When you look at the isolated event,
the first time he
the first time he yells versus the 100th time
yells versus the 100th time is actually the same. But why is the 100th time so much harder for
But why is the 100th time so much harder for Jane?
Jane? The 100th time.
The 100th time not only is
Jane
Jane swallowing another red ball,
swallowing another red ball, but his yelling is
but his yelling is simultaneously shaking the jar
simultaneously shaking the jar and
provoking those past 99 balls to surface.
past 99 balls to surface. When her mind is filled with
When her mind is filled with
too many negative
too many negative thoughts and emotions,
thoughts and emotions, she finds it
she finds it difficult to control that overflow.
difficult to control that overflow. Jane tries to find peace
Jane tries to find peace by simply going for a walk
by simply going for a walk or grabbing drinks with friends.
or grabbing drinks with friends.
Or
She even tries to switch to a different team
tries to switch to a different team to avoid this coworker.
to avoid this coworker.
When she changes her
When she changes her external situation. When she changes her external situation.
external situation and the jar is
And the jar is not
not disturbed, she feels calm and
she feels calm and happy.
happy. That's why she can enjoy
That's why she can enjoy the fresh air
fresh air during that walk.
or laugh with friends at the restaurant.
Or laugh with friends at the restaurant. But when there is a
But when there is a stressful situation
situation that starts
shaking the jar.
shaking the jar, for example,
The coworkers yelling,
the coworkers yelling, those
those negative balls that were hidden beneath
negative balls that were hidden beneath
came back to the surface.
Changing her external condition or
Changing her external condition or distracting herself
herself is a
is a temporary solution.
solution. Instead, she tries meditation.
Instead, she tries meditation this time.
She
cleans away those internal thoughts and emotions.
Those internal thoughts and emotions, which are the cause of the stress and the
which are the cause of the stress in the first place.
First place. In this way, she becomes free of her minds.
In this way, she becomes free of her minds.
The minds that
The minds that control her.
control her. Another encounter with her coworker is just one new. She becomes free of her minds. The minds that control her. Another encounter with her